Thinking about launching a podcast but overwhelmed by all the moving parts? At Turnkey Podcast Productions, we take the hassle out of podcasting so you can focus on the talk, not the tech. From concept to launch, guest booking to post-production, we handle everything. Need a strategy to grow your show and turn guests into clients? Yep, we do that too. DIY or done for you, we've got the solution that fits. Whether you're just getting started or ready to scale, Turnkey is your behind-the-scenes podcast team. Turnkey Podcast Productions. Your voice, your message, fully produced. Learn more at turnkeypodcast.com/contact. That's turnkeypodcast.com/contact.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed Strickland. Prepare to celebrate.
Or worst case scenario, it crashes into the port. Also, no big deal to you. You know what I mean? Like, yes, maybe it kills a couple people up waiting, waiting
Michael,
there, waving. They're like,
look,
hello.
I made the announcement over through the cruise director to tell everybody that I am the captain of this ship and I've taken over. So let's not
Please
rearrange
get off the dock.
chair.
Yeah,
right? Let's not rearrange the chairs on the upper deck right now. Okay, everybody, get into your muster station. That's what I would say.
Today on the Nice Guys podcast, fencing, fighting, torture, revenge, giants, monsters, chases, escapes, true love, miracles. Oh, no, that's The Princess Bride. Most days, they take their meds. This is not one of those days. Welcome to Fuckery with the Nice Guys. No interviews, no business content. Just your two favorite slack-jawed mouth breathers ranting about whatever. Now, strap yourselves in for Nice Guys Fuckery with the king
and queen
of fuckery, Doug Sandler and
Emily Aborn.
And now we are recording on this new funky platform, aren't we?
Okay, so that's something you have to keep in mind, that you don't just hit the ground with a hot mic in here.
I like hitting the ground with a hot microphone.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, and you know, it's different about this as opposed to our normal Zoom recording. I see the entire Love Scrabble board as opposed to just Ove.
See that? I don't like the way that Riverside, like, I never can quite get it high enough or low enough. Like, it's always just this weird, I don't know.
Okay, well, we're good.
But
I don't know for sure. I believe it says REC, which I believe stands for recording, and then it's actually counting up. So that's always a positive thing that we have that. But hey,
it feels scary, doesn't it? Like I feel this way every time someone uses Riverside. I'm like, are we gonna have a podcast?
I think we are having a podcast right now. I think we're doing it correctly. The only thing that we are missing, and that is, it's really not being missed, but that's why you're here. The only thing we're missing is Strickland today.
Strickland, sending all the positive thoughts.
Yeah, well, he's on a cruise. I don't. Yeah. Do you remember where he was going on his cruise? Because I really don't.
No, but Sally's been quite active on Instagram. They've like seen monkeys and like had monkeys on their shoulder. So I'm like, where did they stop? But I didn't stop and read the post. I could look them up. Let me look them up.
Yeah, let's see exactly where Strickland is. For all I know, Strickland just said, "Hey, I'm going on a cruise," and has not left Austin, Texas. That could be the case. I don't think that's what's going on. But
oh no, she has a monkey on her shoulder. The incredibly friendly and vaccinated white-faced capuchin monkeys of Gumbalimba Nature Preserve deserve their own post. This encounter was one of the highlights thus far. But I don't know where. We'll have to look up where Gumbalina Park is. It's in West Bay. It's in Honduras.
Oh, Honduras.
Yeah.
Can you get to?
It was like 6 things before the word Honduras.
Wow. Can you get to Honduras from the ocean? That would be my first question. I guess I'm not really good with geography.
I think it's an island. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God,
good.
Doug, we had this issue last time we recorded. We did not know where something very basic was.
I think I remember. I don't know if you recall that maybe normally at this point in understanding geography, I usually explain that when I went to college at University of Maryland in College Park, graduated in 1986, by the way, if you know how to do the math, listening community, our nice guy community, that's great. That makes me 107 years old. If you don't know how to do the math, just ask your parents because they have the abacus. Anyhow, so I go
my
to
friends, was 39 years ago. I can tell you because I was born in 1986.
Okay, now I feel much better now. Anywho, so I go to this class at college. I think it was either my freshman or my sophomore year, I'm sure, because I would not have ever taken this class in my junior or senior when I get to choose the classes I'm taking. So I sat in this class for seven sessions. So I'm sorry, for 7 days. So it was probably 2 classes over the course, like a Tuesday, Thursday, or a Monday, Wednesday, maybe even a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So first day I'm sitting in there and they're talking about, and I'm in geography. So it's a math class. Okay. So I'm in geography and they're talking about, like all of these like rocks. And I'm like, oh, well, they're going back obviously to a very, geometry, shapes, triangles and squares. And it took until like the second, maybe the third class where I raised my hand and I said, hey, what does this have to do with geometry? And the professor or the teacher said,
Doug.
hey, Doug, you are Mr. Sandler or whatever, or hey, you student, you're not in geometry, you're in geology.
Oh, like, dear Doug.
It took me a little while to get that. And okay, so that was the beginning of my wonderful
so I have to know, did you stay in that class or did you then switch to geometry?
Hell no. I immediately got out of there and went back to the geometry class, which was the math requirement that I had in college. I had no geometry requirement. I just had a geology requirement. I just had a geometry requirement for mathematics.
I think I only ever dropped one class and I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely because of the professor. Like the professor was so boring. I was like, I can't pass this class with this guy.
Professors are going to make or break the entire class. I recall in my geometry class in high school, in either junior or my senior year, Mr. Mendel, Ivor Mendel, he was the teacher. He was such a great teacher. We would write down all of his like quotes. Like he was the guy that taught me quotes like, you can give 1,000 monkeys 1,000 typewriters and in 1,000 years they're bound to write Hamlet, like that kind of thing, So we had all these Mendelisms that we wrote down on our, at the time when we were covering our books, we would take a paper bag and we would cover it. And
we did this too.
Okay, same idea. Yep. So we would do all that, and that he was a very good introduction to geometry, not geology. Everybody knows that in our crew.
And Jason right now is reading a book called Guns. Oh God, I'm gonna butcher the title. Guns, Steel, and Men.
What is it, like the beginning of the Industrial Revolution or something like that?
It's like the beginning of all time. It's insane. Like he keeps reading me snippets from like the Ice Age. Like, wow.
Well, maybe it's a guy thing because first of all, if those of you that don't recognize the voice on the other side of that microphone, that is Miss Emily.
Hello.
And Emily Aborn. She is here and she is enjoying the co-hosting seat. Welcome back for those of you in our community. Of course, I am Doug Sandler, and on the other side of the world, Honduras, which is an island, is Strickland Bonner, and I guess is it going to be Sally Bonner?
Oh, that's a great question. Or Vera Bonner? I still don't know the story of that, actually.
I don't 100%. You know what? I've learned when not to ask questions.
Okay.
Do you recall? Because JJ remembered this when I told JJ. See, I was very tight-lipped. Strickland asked me, he said, I'm going to give you this information. Can you hold on to it? And I was even thinking, I can't tell anybody, not even JJ, because if I tell JJ, I'm going to feel like was not loyal to my friend asking me to keep it a secret. So JJ reminded me of a story when Sally originally called in to the Nice Guys and left a voicemail message. She was going on and on about this cute host of the show, Strickland. And I thought it was kind of weird, a little bit odd. But then I realized they had probably been dating each other for months at that point.
So, yeah, she had a crush. Like, she used to call in all the time. She definitely had a crush on. I just thought it was both of you. Like, I thought she was just like fangirling over both of you, but
I didn't feel that.
we should go back and listen to those. Like, I bet there are all kinds of little clues.
Well, I do have, just so everybody in the community is aware, it's in the permanent vault. I do have all of the voicemail messages that anybody has ever left us. I have never.
Oh my God.
Well, I remember going way back to try to find the first voicemail that was left to the Nice Guys on Business, because we've always had 4242 DJ Doug. And I believe it was Sean Carpenter. And then I think Jared was very soon after. But I don't think, Jared, correct me if I'm wrong. And Emily, you're going to have to remind me and help me with this. I have to play the voicemails today, but on Riverside, I have to figure out how to do this share screen and audio at the same time. Oh, you're writing shit down.
I'm writing voicemails down so I don't forget.
Well, we'll get there. I know you probably have a bunch of stuff on your list. I have, of course, a full list of nothing on mine. But
no way. You've been good about bringing the topics and
I have. But I write down the topics and then I don't talk about them because Strickland and I go on some other tangent.
That is very true.
When Erica was here, she kind of ran the show. I kind of like that. She basically said, "Hey, here are the things that I need to know, or here's the things we're going to talk about today." So I figured you're going to arrive like that too.
She did ask me, and I was like, I don't want to ask him this. I don't give a lick about trucks. No offense, but she did ask me.
Yeah.
She did ask me to ask, what is the fascination with the old trucks? And I was like, okay. I mean, now that we're here, I may as well ask you.
All right. So the latest truck is a 1973 F-350.
No. Let's stay out of the weeds.
I know.
Where did the interest come from?
Okay. So I just have to tell a little backstory. The truck's name
fine.
Is Kermit the Beast. All right. Just so everybody knows, because it's green and it's very beast-like. I think this probably goes back to, and I've shared this story before, being a 12 or 13-year-old and like disassembling and reassembling things like old alarm clocks. And you can't really do that with today's vehicles. There's too many computers and modules and bits and bytes and things. And I really wanted an old car. And when I got the Mustang, I was a little afraid, because it was so well maintained by the previous owner. I was a little afraid to take shit apart in the car. So I don't know. Somebody one day said, why don't you try the pickup trucks? They're really simple and they're easy, and you basically can stand in the engine bay and do the work and then bail out. So I bought that 67, the one that's still in my on the curb right now, that has all of the whistles and bells that put air conditioning and stuff in it. I just like taking shit apart. And then when you can take shit apart and then you can drive around town in the shit you've taken apart, that's kind of cool, isn't it?
I mean, I wish I was handy like that, because I would definitely, I don't think it'd be trucks, but something.
Well, what would you like? Okay, so if you were able to take something, go ahead. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, what would you do if you were able to take? And this will be like this the entire time, Emily. You need to step over me, because if you don't step over me, I will just talk the entire time.
I think two things. I think I would design, do something with interior design, because that's I would like to touch and move pillows around and be like, let's move this couch. That's fun. And then I think actually I would like to renovate something for an Airbnb, like a little house or an RV, or, that sounds fun to me. Renovating something sounds fun.
The Airstream was the perfect opportunity for me to do just that. We had this old shell of an Airstream, a 1977 Ambassador, which is like a 30-foot long or 29-foot long big silver bullet. And it had some stuff done, but the electrical wasn't finished. The plumbing wasn't done. The floor was in crappy shape. The walls were really bad. It was enough done that I knew I could take the project on and not feel overwhelmed by it. And so that was part of this too. And then I bought the tractor. Loved it. I don't know. I've always been a guy that takes things apart. And now that I have a little bit more discretionary income in my life, it's like, okay, it's no longer $25 alarm clocks. They're now like $5,000 to $10,000 trucks.
Okay, this wasn't on my list, but I would like to know a day in the life. Does that get in the way of JJ and your time? Does it get in the way of your work time? When do you do all of these things?
Well, we have to understand that nothing gets in the way of my work time. My work time gets in the way of my truck renovation. That's the way it goes.
Your 4 hours a week gets in the way of your trucks.
Well, I try to, today, I really did dedicate today. Today is Thursday as of the recording of this, Friday as of the airing of this, but I really did dedicate Thursday to, I did an interview with this really cool guy that owns a company that does like makes like comfort food and like sells it to Whole Foods, and it's frozen, like mac and cheese, like Philadelphia cheesesteak mac and cheese and that kind of stuff. So today I really did dedicate and I had a client call, and I was coaching a client for an hour because they really are working on dedicating their business, their podcast to the guest to client, guest to gold strategy that we have. So they were really working through the strategy, and I felt like I was really in the workflow today. When I'm in the truck, I feel like work is a burden when I'm in the truck, thinking about podcasting. And the same thing when I'm podcasting, I really am very similar to when I go fly fishing. I don't want to think about anything other than fly fishing.
Yeah.
So I can't do like an hour here, 2 hours there, an hour back in podcast. That makes it really difficult to change gears.
I don't even like to put calls on a day when I have like client work or my own work, because I get like I have to task switch and context switch, and I don't care for it.
Well, fortunately, we've eliminated our responsibilities, or Strick and I have eliminated things like, now Strick still does a lot more of this than I do, but he'll edit an intro and an outro and like a welcome episode for a client. I don't want to do shit like that anymore. And it's not because I can't, but it's because I don't like to do it. And when I don't like to do something, I really put a bad attitude into it as well. So we have people on our team that do such an amazing job. Like, why the hell would I ever find myself in in editing? But every once in a while, when something needs to get done, I do that. And I don't want to, but I don't do it with an attitude. I just do it like I don't like doing this, but I still do it and do it well.
Yeah. I have things like that. Okay, your thing about the comfort food brings me to that sells in Whole Foods brings me to a question I did have.
Oh,
which
is this list question?
Oh yeah, what is the fascination with Trader Joe's, and do they have a podcast? Have you talked to them about doing the podcast? This question comes from Erica as well.
Trader Joe's does have a podcast.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the Trader Joe's podcast. It may simply be called the Trader Joe's podcast. And
what are they talking about on it?
I don't know. I've never listened to an episode, but here's my fascination with Trader Joe's, and you may understand this because I think you know me pretty well over the years that you've been listening to the show and co-hosting with me. I very much focus on customer experience, customer service. For me, really important that we exceed expectations at every turn of the corner for our clients. And when I do find that we have not met expectations, I kind of get a little bit disappointed in myself and the company. So and you probably know this if you've been into a Trader Joe's, is that they do the same thing. They really do love exceeding that. Like, they want to make the customer experience great. Like, it's not like I can say, hey, where are the potato chips? Oh, they're in aisle 3. The guy or the woman that is doing the stock, at the peanut butter will get up and walk me over to the potato chips. I love that. I feel like, oh, hey, look, I don't see that in stock. Let me go check the back and see that where they are. Or, hey, I'm really sorry. We're getting this in on Wednesday. Would you like us to give you a call when it comes? I mean, that kind of stuff is above and beyond. You've heard, I'm sure, a million times me sharing the Home Depot experience type of story where it's like, I can't find anybody, but I see everybody that works at Home Depot, but nobody's there to help me.
I am so with you. First of all, my second job, I tried to get a customer service job when I was like 16 years old at Eastern Mountain Sports. Oh, and I didn't get the job because I had no experience. Like, this was like my first interview. My first job was at a pizza place, and the guy was basically like, great, here you go. Here's a giant shirt that doesn't fit you. You're hired. Right. But this one, it was like a real interview, and I did not get it. It was for customer service, and they handed me a book called Hug Your Customers by Jack Mitchell.
I love this.
Oh my God, it changed that's also in my DNA. Like, my grampy had a general store up in Harpswell, Maine, and he like had the best customer service. He knew everybody by name. He would speak to people like in French and then switch to English because it's like up near Canada. It's like the best. Like, And I read that book and I'm like, this is what any business I ever do must have these like components.
Why
in it.
wouldn't anybody? We have a local Ace Hardware store that's like that. It's a little bit more expensive, not a lot, a little bit more expensive than Home Depot or Lowe's, but you can get in and get out and you can get the stuff that you want, and you're not left feeling like you're doing them a favor by walking into the store. I don't want anybody to ever feel like, oh, you owe it to me to walk into my store and buy something. Look, I want to be in control of the purchasing. And when I walk into an Ace Hardware store or any hardware store and I have a question, I want my question answered. I don't do it with an attitude. It's like, hey, I need to find this valve. Do you know where this valve is? Hey, that looks like that's from a 1982, Moen faucet. When did you get the faucet? And then they'll start asking questions and having a conversation, and they'll really want to understand a little bit more about your life, not just the product.
Yeah.
And so I love that. I've always been this way. I worked at a cookie store at 16 called The Great Cookie. And I remember making customers, the Great Cookie, making customers laugh as they came to the counter and being a goof with the coworkers that were there, and almost like putting on a comedy show for the 20 people that were standing in line waiting for cookies. So for me, I've always been about that. I like parables. I don't like, stories of statistics and bits and bytes. I want to understand the human element to everything that I do. So for me, the customer experience is paramount. So to answer your original question, what's the fascination with Trader Joe's? It really is, for me, about how they handle the customer experience.
Yeah. And those places like Trader Joe's is a great example. I used to like to just go walk around Trader Joe's because it feels good to walk around in there.
Feels
like
good.
There are stores that just are like that, where like we have this little place where there's a million places to get ice cream, but we always go to this one place to get like our pints or whatever they are. I don't know. Because it just feels good when you go in there. Like it is like the best feeling in this little farm store. So,
well, when you can walk into a store and the entire culture, you're immersed in the culture and you understand, you feel like you're a part of something bigger than just you. Mm-hmm. The thing I really love about Trader Joe's is I get that vibe the entire time. So much so, and I don't know how you feel about this, but this is how I feel. So much so that I'm willing to leave brand loyalty at the door. I don't need Tide detergent because that's what my mom used. I don't need Kellogg's cereal because that's what we ate when we were kids. I don't need Jif peanut butter because that's what I ate when I was a kid. I can get Trader Joe's, and they do fun stuff like, the salsa is not Trader Joe's salsa, it's Trader Jose's. It's like that's the kind of stuff.
Did you ever? I mean, I don't drink wine anymore, but their $2 Chuck, it's like it cannot be.
Haven't had it in a long time. Before I was a wine drinker, I bet I drank it, but now that I know a little bit more about wine, I guess
now that's just like corn syrup fermented.
It's funny you say that. Oftentimes the $2 Chuck kind of wine, I would think, now I could be wrong, I think that they are like overstocks from other vineyards that are like want to sell the juice.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I don't think that they have like I could be wrong. Those in our community that know and know differently than me, please call me to the carpet here, 4242 DJ Doug. I am just thinking that it's like overstock and they are buying the juice from whoever is making it that has an abundance of it. Because I don't think anybody that is buying $2 Chuck says, this doesn't taste like the 2022 vintage that I was used to.
Yeah, that
before.
Makes good sense.
Yeah. Did Erica have anything else on that list? I'm very curious.
No, that was it. But she definitely, I was definitely her voice in that situation just now. So thank you for appeasing her.
Yeah, no worries. Well, that is my fascination with Trader Joe's. That's my fascination with working on trucks. I think I explained that in depth enough so you understand. I just love tinkering with stuff. Especially the kind of stuff I can get in and drive around town. Like if I could take my iPhone apart and I could start figuring out things with my iPhone, that'd be cool too. But there's not as much, I don't know.
Okay, you ready for my real question, which I'm going to be asking? I'm going to be asking 3 other men this question tonight.
Okay.
So
now, before you ask me the question, I want to understand first of all, you directed at 3 other men, which fine, it's guys, but that means you've given some time, thought, and energy into, I need the answer to this question because I'm doing a blank? Is it a survey?
It's a personal survey.
Personal survey. Okay.
But
Is Jason participating in this?
Oh, yes, he'll be asked. Actually, he's already given me his answer. But I think I think it was like a year ago, a whole bunch of women online that were like challenged to ask the men in their life this question. So, and I'm not trying to be gendered in my language. This is truly one of those things where it was like, yeah, that.
Well, as you're about to embark upon this journey of sharing these questions with me, I caught just a little something there at the beginning of that, which I really appreciated. You said the men in your life, which means that, I mean, indirectly, it's probably Strick and I are men in your life, right?
Yes. He also needs to answer this question.
Okay. He would be the third one. Okay. She is teeing up the question. We are ready to go, Emily.
All right. The question is, you're in a plane, you're a passenger, and suddenly the plane is like going down, and both the pilot and the co-pilot, like MIA.
That's not good. They're out of commission.
The right acronym. Insert the right acronym there.
Right. I got
MIA.
Right. Missing in action.
None of the flight attendants know how to land this thing. So Can you land the plane?
Can I land the plane? Well, okay. Am I the only hope to people surviving? Okay. Well, would I allow the plane just to go down without even getting into the pilot seat? No. I'm gonna try to figure out that. I know there's a lot of gadgets and things.
There's a lot of gadgets in there.
But there is a wheel that's in the front, and I'm assuming if you pull back, the plane kind of pulls up, and if you push forward, the plane goes down. And there's probably a bunch of pedals, and I know there's a lot of knobs and lights. I've looked into those cockpits when I get on like a Southwest flight, and I'm like, holy shit, there's a lot to know here. Now, can I ask questions, or do I have to just...
You can ask questions. Okay. I applaud you already for asking questions.
Okay.
I can't wait to tell you what Jason answered.
Oh, okay. Am I allowed, do I know how to get on the radio to call anybody to say...
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sit in the pilot seat. Am I discarding bodies of the pilot and co-pilot?
Let's say they're in the bathroom. They both got indisposed at the same time. Very inappropriate timing.
Are they coming back? We don't even know. They're not coming back. Okay. And I realize they're not coming back. Okay,
food poisoning, Doug. Food poisoning.
Oh, I got it. I'm gonna. Geez, that's horrible. That's like my worst nightmare. Okay,
they're just stuck in there sweating away.
So I jump into Can I get them to help me with instructions, or they won't even help me with instructions?
I think they're indisposed. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm gonna jump into the pilot seat. I'm going
Plus, you don't really have time.
Oh, I don't have time to jump into the pilot seat?
You don't have time to like chit chat with them and then get into the pilot seat.
I'm with you. I'm hopping right into action. As soon as somebody says, does anyone know how to fly this plane? I look and see if anyone has raised their hand. No one has raised their hand. And I'm like knowing me, I'm probably in row 1A because I'm very tall and I need to be close with a lot of legroom. I'm immediately going into the pilot seat and I'm pulling back on if it's diving, I'm pulling back on the wheel, whatever you don't call it a steering wheel.
I don't know.
I mean, what do you call
joystick. Yeah, it's a joystick. It's a remote control.
Yeah, I'm putting the headphones on, and I would like to. I think it's important to note that I would like to have the little wings that the captain has. So I am going to go into the bathroom to take them from him, just to make sure he's out.
Put
them on. Right, plug my nose. Do that. Sitting in the pilot seat, pulling back on the joystick. Doing my best to get a hold of the air traffic controller. And that's where I am right now.
Okay.
So,
I think that's a great strategy. And I think you did a great job of asking questions. And
what did Jason say? I'm curious.
100% yes. 100% he can land that plane, he says. I've driven enough cars. I've driven
That's the way I feel it. How much more difficult than a car could it be?
So now my next question for you is cruise ship. Whoever is supposed to be in charge of running the cruise ship, they got thrown overboard. They're non-existent. They're no longer in the picture because we don't have time to wait.
It's all happening on the same day that I've landed the plane to get to the cruise ship.
Yes,
Jesus, I am fucking busy.
Can you port the cruise ship or dock the cruise ship, whatever they call it?
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, come on. They're not going so fast. I mean, yeah, I might wreck it, but...
Those things are going fast. They look like they're going slow because the ocean is...
I would figure out a way how to slow that motherfucker down long enough so that I can... Now,
First stop, tap the brakes.
Right.
Pump the brakes.
Let's pump the brakes a little bit. Let's pump that rudder just a little bit.
Oh my God.
Do I also have to simultaneously throw the rope over the side to get the...
May as well, but they're probably, I'd say probably drowned.
God. Okay. Yes.
I know. These are dire straits,
I feel like in terms of like priority or level of danger, I think there is a greater level of danger in the airplane than there is in the cruise ships. I really feel like if I can't get it to port, I'm going to safely stop it at sea.
Or worst case scenario, it crashes into the port. Also, no big deal to you. You know what I mean? Like, yes, maybe it kills a couple people up waiting, waiting there, waving. They're like, hello.
I made the announcement over through the cruise director to tell everybody that I am the captain of this ship and I've taken over. So let's not rearrange the dock. Chair.
Yeah,
right? Let's not rearrange the chairs on the upper deck right now. Okay, everybody, get into your muster station. That's what I would say.
Okay, last one. You're on a sailboat. You're out at sea. Can you put the sails up and sail back home?
Oh, for sure.
Or do you just let it float back?
No. I definitely see the third is the easiest of the three to deal with because let me explain the reason. Because the way that
have you ever been on a sailboat?
I have a couple of times. I've never actually like put the sail up or anything. Depending on the size of the sailboat, like a little sunfish. Yes, I've done that before at camp. But on this particular experience, you started with the sail. You didn't say you're in a gale and the sails are up. Can you put the sails down? So I have my time to figure this out, right?
True.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as a sailor, I feel like you have enough time between the wheel and you have that rope that you can throw over one of those spokes in the wheel so that you can keep it steady as you're raising up the sail.
I love how you've thought of everything.
I don't know about the difference between the sail and the jib, but
I don't know a thing. I just watched. There's like 90 ropes, 3 sails.
Totally
wind.
Figured out. Not really good at knots. There would be a knot problem when we got back to the shore, but
it's just all like a bundle of knots.
Right. It would just, it would be kind of like a fishing line after it's been in my tackle box for like 6 years. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? I would just cut one end and cut the other end and take all that center part out and just throw that away.
And
but yeah, I could do that.
To any women listening who feel that they're underpaid, this, ladies, is why we're underpaid.
Why is that? Why?
I don't think I will be curious to hear who thinks that they could do this. I would never say I could do any of those things.
Well, hold on a second. There's a difference between can you do, like if you were to say, can you fly a plane? I would say no. If you were to say, can you steer a cruise ship or maneuver a cruise ship? I would say no. Can you sail a sailboat? I might be able to fake my way through that like the other two, but I would probably say no. That wasn't your question. You said if there was a plane and you had to land it, or a cruise ship that had to come to port, or a sailboat, could you get it back to shore? Sure.
You know what I could do? I could stand up in front of the plane and say, ladies and gentlemen, hasn't this been a nice life? Haven't we all enjoyed this experience?
Hold on, Emily. I think you're underselling, giving yourself not enough credit. You don't think that if push came to shove that you, but why women versus men? Do you think this is a woman versus man thing?
It's just the oh man, now I'm about to get like slightly controversial.
No.
It's just that whole argument where women don't always like stand up for their like strengths and gifts in the workplace, and
you'd sooner die than stand up for what you can do. You wouldn't go down with
From the popular results, most women would just like go down with the ship instead.
No fucking way. There is no survival. What I heard was there's no survival instinct.
They just don't think they can do it. That's all. I mean, I would try, I guess. I'd get in there and probably I would press buttons before I like pulled the thingy. I don't know.
Oh, hell yeah. I would. I wouldn't know what I'm doing, but I would look good while I was doing it.
Yeah.
I would fake a good game. I mean, now this also could have to do with and now you're a business owner, so maybe I'm not barking up the right tree here, but I think that we as entrepreneurs, including yourself in the same, pool of people that I'm in, we have to build this plane as we are flying it.
Well, that's the thing. In my business, I will take a zillion risks and do things I have no idea what I'm doing and figure it out. Like my website is a great example. I had no clue how to use WordPress, and I'm like, I'll figure it out. That's like not a platform that people like me should be trying to figure out. And I did. So I think that when it comes to my business, I will take many, many risks, but it's also only my plane that's going to go down.
Let me ask you a question. If you were given $10,000 and you cannot put the $10,000 in the bank, and you have to put the $10,000 into the stock market or some other risky, more risk prone type of investment vehicle, would you freak out, or would you just try to figure out how to do it?
Yeah, I'd figure out how to do it. Tesla, obviously.
Whatever it is, whether it's Tesla or Nvidia or really Apple. I mean, I think about all the shit that I have been doing for the last 40 years of my life that I hadn't a clue. I put people in a position to make some decisions for me, and sometimes I look at that and think, man, I wouldn't have made that decision that way, but I entitled that, I empowered that person to make that decision for me. So then I allow them to make the decision. Sometimes I'm like, I second guess myself. I don't want to do that. So this part of my life, the more of the twilight of my career, let's call it, the space
Your third act.
My third act. Right. Very good. Yes. In my third act, I'm like, fuck it. I'm going to try to do these things. If landing a plane, porting a cruise ship, or moving a sailboat is one of the things I'm going to do, hell yeah. And let's get under the hood of my F-350 at the same time and try to figure that shit out, because it'll happen.
All right, folks, we know who our flying buddy, cruise buddy, and sailing buddy is from here on out. Never go on those vehicles without Doug Sandler by your side.
I don't know if you remember, let's see, going back to 9/11. I'm sure you recall 9/11. Do you remember where you were and all of that?
Yes.
Okay. So there was a plane. Now, I'm going to get my timeline wrong, and I'm going to get the names wrong, and I do apologize if I do. And if I'm offending anybody that 9/11 had relatives, I'm sincerely sorry. But I'm going to share part of the story as I remember it. There was the plane that went down in Swanksville, Pennsylvania, the third plane. So there was two that went into the towers, and then one that was heading towards DC. The one that went down there was a guy on board, and his name was Todd Beamer. And Todd, I can't remember the words that he used. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look it up so I don't screw it up. Todd Beamer's last words. Here we go. Okay.
This is gonna make me sad.
Okay. It was on United Flight number 93. All right. He was the one that was responsible for helping, or maybe he was the leader in the passengers that overtook the hijackers, so that instead of getting to DC and going into the White House or the Pentagon or wherever there was also a Pentagon plane too. His famous words were, "Are you guys ready? Let's roll." Right? I mean, it kind of gets you right in the feels, right? So he was responsible for ditching the plane earlier than it, not in a bad way, but for saving the people on the ground, sacrificing his own life in the process. He just wanted to get the shit done.
Yeah.
And my feeling is I never felt like, and you could have probably queried Todd at some point and said, "Hey, here's the scenario. What are you going to do?" And he might have said, "I'd find a way to land the plane, to port that ship, or to throw up the sail on that sailboat." I don't feel like I'm a hero, but if push came to shove and my time came to have to be a hero, fuck it, man. Let's go down in a blaze of glory.
Sorry, I took the episode so dark. I'll lighten us up.
No, all good, man. That actually is a positive. It's a positive thing. Let's roll.
So, have you seen the rehearsal on Netflix?
I don't think so. What is the rehearsal about?
Okay, I don't know what to make of it. I genuinely don't, but you should watch it. So, this guy, Nathan Fielder, he takes people that have like anxieties, or like this one guy, for example, he did not get his master's degree, but he lied to his whole trivia team and told them that he had his master's degree. And he kept this lie going for like 12 years. Okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
So he wanted to come clean because he's like, it's just eating me up inside to have this lie to my trivia team. And I don't know how to come clean. So they rehearsed him confessing that he had lied. And they set it up, like they set the exact bar up that they go play trivia at. They found like actors that could act the roles of all of his friends.
Wait,
like,
is this like a real life thing that was happening? Like, tell me, is this a story about this, or is this like real life that they real life set up a false area? Like they queried like the public and said, is there a lie that's been in your life that you want to tell the truth?
I don't know how they found the people, but it is real life. And I messed up. It's HBO, not Netflix.
That's fine. That's why I haven't seen it, because it's on HBO. I don't have it.
So
Anyway.
he sets up the bar like to the point where there was like a deflated balloon in the real bar where they play trivia, and the guy puts like a deflated balloon up near the AC or whatever.
Yep.
So they go through all of these scenarios and get the guy rehearsing how he's going to confess, and the actors respond in every possible way that his friends might respond.
Like his friends would have responded.
So that he can like lifetime practice like what is going to happen.
Before you continue though, let me ask this, because this is really curious. This is like part of the human condition here. Did he play upon the fact that he was had a master's degree? Like if my friend Richard, who has a master's degree in business administration, if he were to say to me, hey, look, back in 1986 to 1988, when you guys thought I was going to college, I was actually, on vacation for those 2 years on a cruise ship. Thank you, Doug, by porting the cruise ship properly.
And landing the plane prior that got us there.
I did not actually got my master's degree. Now, I would be like, okay. Well, how come I'm just curious. Why did you lie about that?
That's what I would say. Yeah.
Okay.
I would be like, all right, great. But
however,
weird
Richard
lie.
every other week would come to me and say, well, Doug, I know the answer to this because I have a master's in business administration and I've helped you through that. Now, if my business failed, I would say, what the fuck, man? You guided me. You've coached me through this and you didn't even have a fucking degree. So then I would be pissed. So how do these guys, his friend, you don't know how his friends
I don't know, sadly, but I'm with you. And also, if somebody constantly was reminding me of their master's degree, I would not be friends with that person.
Right. That's like, I feel it too.
Sorry. Same, I know this story and I don't care for it anymore. So I don't know how often he reminded them of this. I just know that he wanted to come clean. And for some reason it was like very traumatizing and hard for him to confess.
All right. Well, that I understand. Lying to people especially people that are close to you is really very challenging. And I'm trying to think of an example, a true world example in my life that I can't, because I'm very rare. I bend the truth sometimes to protect people in my family, but out and out lie, I don't know.
I try not to lie. Yeah.
It's
not
really
good. You do one little bit and then you're like, oh boy, now I have, it's not good.
Rabbit hole.
I actually had a nightmare last night about lying.
We will get to that in a second. Okay. So
anyway, he goes through all of these rehearsals and that's one example. But the other example is like, he gives this woman wants to have kids and she doesn't know if she's going to be a good mother. So he simulates what it will be like for her to be a mother by getting children of all different ages, like they're child actors. So this isn't, he's not just,
that's too hard though.
Yeah,
it is hard.
It's not real.
Right.
But
it's the stuff that happens when you're not on camera and you have kids. That's like the fucking thing that kills you. It's like waking up at 2 a.m. with a toddler or a 4-year-old projectile vomiting for 3 days.
Well, they do have that simulated as well. But the point,
real world,
I think, for me of the show is the great lengths to which this man goes to conduct these experiments.
Okay.
And in the second season, there is one where he goes to the lengths of getting a pilot's license in order to prove that a co-pilot wouldn't speak up even if somebody was like inexperienced and was like, I'm gonna land this thing. I really recommend anybody that just likes a weird psyche experience.
Hold on.
Watch both
Was this the
seasons.
motivation behind your first 3 questions? Oh, okay.
No, that was like a
there was
trend from like a year ago.
there was a little overlap there with the subject matter. I thought it was too coincidental not to be
But it
connected.
did remind me of that. Like, because we were watching it and Jason's like, I 100% could land that plane. I'm like, remember when I asked him that a year ago, and he stands by it.
Well, I feel like anyone that on a regular basis would wear plaid would probably be somebody that could land the plane. So I would qualify Jason as somebody that could land the plane.
Yeah,
because he likes plaid, doesn't he? If I remember correctly,
like chopping wood. I think not
right.
not like cigar plaid. You know, there's a difference.
No. There's a huge difference between those
we
two.
We call
chopping...
it flannel.
Oh yeah. Anybody that could pull off flannel as a part of a daily, because I can't. I get it's too hot for me, and I
don't really like it. Just kind of like swallows me whole as a pattern, and so I'm like, did you
ever have? I don't know if you remember when the sheets, like jersey material sheets came out when you could put them on your bed, or flannel sheets. I'm like, that's too hot. It's too hot.
We live in New Hampshire. I mean, I loved that, but
but I have so much hair on my legs that I become like a human static cling. For me,
I've always been a chilly little peanut. It's been a hard life, Doc.
I know. Well, homeschooled improperly. You've got the whole thing going for you.
I don't even like the AC. Like, it is boiling hot up in my office right now, which I don't have AC in here, not by choice, just we don't have enough AC units.
Right.
But I will sleep in this room over my bedroom when the AC is on, because I don't like the cold. I don't like the noise. I don't like the actual feeling of AC on my skin. Like, it does something
I'm with
weird
you.
To my skin.
I have a vent right in my room, and today it was a little warm. It was like 90 degrees here in Ojai, but a dry 90, which is not the same as a humid East Coast 90.
Correct.
But when that AC kicks on, it blows in the hair on. I don't like how it feels.
It's a very weird feeling.
It is a weird feling.
It's like almost like inflamed, but not. I don't know. It's
I got
very
you.
Weird. Yeah.
Very sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay. We have 2 voicemails. And
okay,
we can either play them now, or do you have other questions on your list though?
That was a good amount for now, and we can come back to any.
Back to that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try this really hard. If I fuck it up, then Nice Guy Community, I'm sorry. If the next 2 minutes are just dead air, then that's what you got.
They'll just go stale. They'll just go a little stale.
Similar to when Erica was here a few weeks ago, and she was co-hosting because Strickland was, I forget what Strickland was doing. He was gone. We don't have the theme song from Jared. I apologize, Jared.
Do you want me to sing it, Jared?
Oh, do you know the words?
We got a voicemail from Jared. I think that I'm going to leave it there because I don't like the rest of it, to be honest.
Screw the rest of y'all. It just does not sit well with me.
No, it's so sad. It's so sad. And yet you guys have done nothing about it. So.
No, that it's effort.
Yes,
there's effort. And we're busy building our business. And I think that's...
Even if you took the same voice and you layered it over some classical music, imagine.
Yeah.
And then it's screw the rest of you all, but Beethoven is playing, that would be good.
Or we could maybe slip in just a little bit of the Girl from Ipanema right there, because that's
that would also be good. I think this is the new plan. I don't care about the lyrics, but just take them and put them over something lovely.
I forget, when did you start listening to the show? How long ago?
2.5 years ago. You and I met in 2022. So
we did. How did we
podcasting? I pitched you something.
Did I respond? Was I nice?
Yeah.
We were on each other's show swap.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. So I didn't let you down.
No, we were fast friends. And then you're now you need to be on this other raunchy show that we have. And I was like, okay, sure.
Oh, I got it. Okay, now I understand. Okay, I'm gonna try to do the old screen share here. Hold on a second. I'm sharing screen. I'm gonna share the screen. I'm sharing the sound that is checked off. Okay, I'm gonna carry the one. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Okay, let's put
Where is that Ipanema music when you need it?
Okay, all right.
Oh,
tell me,
look at this.
Okay, are you seeing the 2 voicemails? So now It's not the August 6th ones, because the only 2 are right here. You see these 2 right here? Can you see them?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So if I go all the way down, you may notice I'm going all the way back. Can you see how far back I can go
Oh,
right
wow.
now?
You can like see who calls, like their
I know.
actual names.
That's why I don't like to go. I don't do this. Ashley tends to do this because it says like right here, don't read the name, but you can see who called, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, like up here though,
That one
it
you
will
can't.
say that just the number. It won't say
But we
who
can
called.
Google. Hold on, I'll look up that area code.
No, I know who it is because look in the first line of the text, you can see
Oh.
who it is. You don't have to look up the number.
It's Eastern San Francisco, just FYI.
I got you. Okay. And you know what? It doesn't even matter anymore. I live in California and I still have my Maryland exchange. So it's not like that really helps you.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Good point.
I'm going to play this. We'll assume that the voicemail theme song that Emily just played will stand. And now I'm just going to play. So, Emily, when I hit the play button, can you just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it? Okay, here we go. Hold on a second.
Hey, Doug, Strick, Jared here. So you guys are just addressing Strickland getting married. Congrats, Strick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for you and Sally and Vera. So I guess it's a three-way marriage. Let us know because I if you mention it, it hasn't come up yet. But we've all called her Sally, so it's hard to, you got to take some time to think about her as Vera. But what does she prefer? Sally, Vera, let us know.
It's like Jared read my mind.
Or you jump on the call and attack Strickland while he's talking and say, no, I'm talking now, Strick. Let us know. Anyways, the other reason for my call was, Doug, you were talking about, well, if you guys only listen to the show because you thought you had a chance to miss Strick, so... Well, basically goodbye. And then you kept talking and you said Strick's pretty good at locking in his decisions and sticks to it. But you, on the other hand, can be persuaded. So basically, Doug, what you're saying is there's still a chance. Poor JJ. If she hears this, she's gonna beat you up now.
Of course.
And we're gonna see black and blue, Doug. Sorry, buddy. But we still love you. Doug. But she's gonna kick you. All right, fellas. And you didn't play it in the intro. Sorry, I don't even think you have an intro for that one. That's a good idea. But you guys always tell the joke about the I wouldn't sleep with you for $1 million. And I don't think you're going to go there with this one. So I figured I'd slip it in. All right, fellas, appreciate you guys and love the show. Can't wait to hear the rest of the episode. And Strick, I'm so excited for you, man. You and Sally are both wonderful people, and I'm really happy. So, all right, see you guys.
All right, so accolades, Strickland and Sally / Vera. Good question. Does she prefer Sally or does she prefer Vera?
Great
and
question.
I've asked her many times, and I don't think that it matters to her. She has the nickname of Sally. I think even before the show, she was nicknamed Sally.
Oh, that's a nickname?
I think so, but it kind of reminds me of the Beatles song. Her name was McGill. She called herself Lil, but everyone knew her as Nancy.
I'm gonna look into this on her Facebook. I'm gonna do a little stalking.
Oh, okay. That's
Jared's message cracked me up like never before. Like that was like a stream of consciousness, and it was amazing.
Okay, the thing I didn't get is I understood the first part, the Sally, Vera, congratulations and all that, but then he started to talk about me and JJ, but I lost it. I didn't.
That's because he just went on a little trail. Like
I didn't follow it though. I was trying to catch like what was the antagonist protagonist message in there. What was it?
In your episode, I think it was last week, you talked about how if people were listening because they were hoping to have a chance with you and Strick, bye, one is off the table, but there's still hope because you, I don't remember what you said, but you alluded to like you would be an easier to lure away.
Wow.
And so he's now saying when JJ hears that, she's going to beat you up. You're going to be black and blue. Sorry. We'll still love you, but you're going to get your butt kicked.
It's interesting because there was a couple things that have to happen there. Number one, you had to connect Jared's message to the episode for last week, which hats off to you for you remembering that was what I don't even remember having the conversation with Strickland about we're off the table, we're off the market or anything like that. But you seem to recall that.
But also, JJ would not, I cannot see her beating you up. I mean, speak up now if that's happening, because we need, this is your safe place. Nobody's listening except me. But I just don't see that for you.
Well, in the restrooms of every synagogue, in the men's room of every synagogue, there is the notice that says if you're being emotionally battered, you would need to reach out. And it's interesting because it's in a synagogue in the men's room, which is so typical. Every Jewish guy is beaten up by their wives, not physically, but sometimes mentally, emotionally bruised and battered because we are just like we are the whipping post for Jewish men are the whipping post for their women. I don't know why that is the case. I feel like still, even being a whipping post, if I were to be that position, I still feel like I could land the plane, port the boat, or throw the sail up. I really do think that those are three things that I would, and still be able to fix the carburetor on my F-350 all at the same time.
I'm not going to take us dark again, but I am grateful for all of those things in everywhere that they exist, in bathrooms, everywhere. I think they're very important. Yeah.
Agreed. Okay, let's get to the second voicemail then. If you have any additional things that are on your list, we will do those. And then Emily, can you believe that it's almost been an hour?
I don't know. It flew by.
Totally. Okay, this is voicemail number 2. Here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Erica here. Voicemail number 1. No, actually, I shouldn't say hey, Doug, hey, Strick, because he's on a cruise. I should say hey, Doug, hey, Emily.
What?
Hopefully, you guys are going to listen to voicemails this week when you get this. It will be whatever day it is. I don't even know. Anyway, I'm referring back to this last episode, and Doug, you were talking about what it was like for you to be a latchkey kid, which is also what I was. We didn't call them feral kids like you, Emily, but back then we called them latchkey kids. And yep, I used to let myself in the door after school, and I did make it home in time, Doug, for one late afternoon soap opera that was, I think it started at 4, and it was called Dark Shadows, and it was about really scary, back then anyway, about vampires, and who starred in it actually was Kate Jackson.
Wow.
I think it was 1970, 71, around in there, and she went on, Kate Jackson went on to play in Charlie's Angels and later like The Scarecrow and Mrs. King and all that. But I used to be glued to the TV after school, rushing home just so I could watch Dark Shadows and eat snacks. Anyway, that's it. It was definitely know what it was like to be a latchkey kid. All right. Love you both and have a great show. All right. Bye-bye.
Were you a feral child?
Well, my parents just weren't home, so yeah, we didn't have parental supervision ever. And I thought emergency 911 or rescue 911 was scary, but Dark Shadows sounds terrifying. Oh
gosh, rescue 911! You just brought back some great memories with that show. Now I was a little.
People are like covered in bees. You're like, oh dear God.
Oh my God, I didn't even recall that show. There was 2 guys in that show, and they were like the ambulance operators or whatever that was.
I was a really scared kid, so like that just fed into all my fears like even more, but I watched it so I would know how to overcome scary situations.
Well, and maybe Erica, maybe you didn't realize this because Emily uses the term feral, but she wasn't a latchkey child because she never left the house.
Yeah.
she had to leave the house to be a latchkey house.
There was no latch to unlock. It was just doors open because we didn't shut it.
We have the open door. We have the open door. Did your parents ever? And maybe I don't know if you want to give this away because people do or don't know where you live. But do you lock your doors?
Yes, I also have an alarm and other things.
Okay.
Yes.
When you were a kid, did you have locks on your doors when you were a kid?
We did, but we did not lock them.
Yeah, we have some neighbors that don't lock their doors.
My parents still do not lock their doors. I do not understand it. And they have like stuff in their house. I'm like, why would you not lock your door? They're like, we have a camera. I'm like, Yeah, but it doesn't stop the person from coming in.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's not like you couldn't get into our house. I mean,
Same.
whose house can you not get into?
Right.
One brick is the resolution to getting into somebody's house.
Right.
Just a matter of whether they have an alarm. We have an alarm for all
Yep.
of you creepy people that are listening to the show. And I'm sure there's not many, but for you, Jared, to come into my house.
Yeah, I
Just kidding.
think about that stuff way too much. I always have. Like when I was like 13, I was home one night and I heard something up in the attic, and you know what I did? First I went outside and I took a flashlight and like tried to shine it a light in the attic, because I was like, well, maybe I'll see like someone's shadow, like if they're moving around up there.
Right.
Didn't see any shadow. So I didn't want to go back in the house because that's like where the intruder was. So I called the police and just waited on the front lawn for them to come and check the whole house. And then they're like, there's nothing but a squirrel in your attic.
You had a squirrel in your attic. Yeah.
And I've done that multiple times.
What else do they have going on in the great Northeast? I mean, it's, you're north of Boston. So it's like, okay, it's anybody's crapshoot. It could be a deer in your attic.
I saw 2 deer yesterday on my walk. We have turkeys in our yard, a possum. Crows, very exciting wildlife here.
We have right now we're dealing with owls in our backyard that I think are scaring the chickens next door. There's like 9 chickens in our neighbor's house, so they don't like the owls. We have coyotes every once in a while. There was a bobcat that was spotted, cougar, not too far from us. Skunk, number of skunk, possum, raccoon.
Yep.
Did I say
all
coyotes?
Same.
Yeah.
Do your neighbors that have chickens have a rooster?
No, they don't have a rooster.
Okay.
Thank God they don't have a rooster.
Yeah, you are lucky. Count your blessings. But so ours have a rooster. It somehow doesn't impregnate the chickens, which I find I don't know how all that works. I truly don't know.
Yeah, I think don't they impregnate the eggs, or do they impregnate the chickens? I don't know.
I don't know
how that works.
I'll Google that later. I did see 2 birds having sex the other day, and I've also seen 2 turkeys. Fascinating, but I've never seen the chickens.
but I would. Okay, so I'm.
You think the chickens would be like?
I'm going to go out on a limb here and just say any egg-laying animal probably mates the same.
Okay,
ones?
Then the rooster then definitely impregnates the chicken, because
so there's no rooster on top of like a soft egg. That's I don't know how that works.
No,
I
know.
I don't know how that works.
Okay.
No, because that wouldn't make sense. Because if they had like 5 eggs, the rooster would have to go around to all 5 eggs. So
it's true. And once they make the hole in the egg, it's like spilling out everywhere.
Yeah, there's a mess.
This is a mess.
Well, I didn't know. Maybe
multi-level disaster.
There's a very short period of time where the rooster has to climb on top of the soft egg.
I love that we started this trying to figure out where Honduras was, and now we are here. Like,
oh man,
A+ in biology, and also
variety of topics. Geography. I mean, come on, this is why people listen to the Nice Guys. We have a very well-rounded approach to subject matter.
But he can land a plane, folks. He can land a plane.
Oh hell yeah! If I had to. Let's roll, motherfucker. That's what I would say. Come on, let's roll. Okay. Do you have other stuff on your list?
No, I guess that's. Oh, I one thing. I am going. I decided to step out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to Podfest in Orlando in January.
Wow.
I decided not to go to the one in Houston in August because it's like tomorrow.
Okay. Well, there is one. There is one.
Boat.
No, there's one tomorrow in Dallas. I think it's Dallas.
Austin.
Dallas. JJ is going to that.
Thing.
You could have seen JJ.
Oh, darn it. I'm going to actually look up plane tickets right now and see if I can switch from Orlando there.
I'm just not going to those things anymore. I applied a number of times to be a speaker. I figure I think I have a pretty good knowledge set. I'm pretty safe to saying, hey, look, we've produced a bunch of episodes and found a few ways to make some good money podcasting, and also teach our audience that you don't have to be like a serious business person to still have good content. Case in point right here. I mean, it's great content, but not necessarily teaching business people anything. But they stopped. They're like, ever since I argued with the audience, they haven't brought me back into any of them. And I think I've been blacklisted from all of these conferences.
Oh, no.
I yelled at the audience one time. You had people that had like, Emily, you would probably know this just because you've been around podcasters long enough. I'm sure you have elevated your game much beyond this. But what do you think the typical amount of downloads for a specific for a new or maybe even a less than 1 year old podcast? Like typically, how many would they get?
Like for one episode?
Yeah, one episode
in the first week.
Like first 30 days of a podcast coming out within the first year of having a show.
Okay. My friend just told me her number the other day, and I think it's between 80 and 100. Yeah, and I told her that's good. That's
I know.
great.
I know. Imagine putting 80 to 100 people in your conference room of your office and having a conversation. And some people look at that and like, that sucks. And I'm like, no, that's 80 to 100 people. That's really good.
I agree.
I empathize with those folks because they get a modest amount of numbers, but they're not conditioned by the advertisers to receive any money for that. Like no advertiser is going to go to somebody that has a national brand and say, we want to advertise on your show, and hey, we'll advertise on your show and we'll give you $1,000 a month to do it. That's just not happening.
Yeah.
But I was on a panel and there were 4 of us and we were talking about different ways to monetize podcasts. I was using my guest to gold strategy. I was also talking about a guest to referral. So I was really focused on the guest seat. And there was somebody that was there that was with an advertising agency, and all she was pitching was pulling people's downloads together. Like, let's say you have 10 friends that also have podcasts. So now you have 1,000 downloads per episode as opposed to 100. Yeah, that could be worth about $20 or $30, like national standards, advertising standards. But that would be for all 1,000. So that means you have to divide that by 10.
Oh my God.
So now you have somebody that's going to get paid $5 to run an ad. And people kept asking this lady, the advertising agent, questions about advertising and how does that work? And I stopped. I mean, like in the middle of somebody's question, I said, hey, can I just throw a comment out there? I said, you guys in the audience that are new at podcasting, stop asking the advertiser lady questions. You are not going to make any money podcast advertising on your podcast. And why do you think that you're going to make $1 million at podcasting? Can I give you a shorter track to make money podcasting? And the host said something like, the question is not being directed to you, Doug. Like, okay.
I mean, Doug, maybe next time, like a little sugar coating, you know what I mean, goes a long way.
I was trying to protect them. I said it from a perspective of let me help you, not stop asking. I didn't want to blame the advertising lady, but I'm like, stop directing your fucking questions to advertising. Nobody in the audience is have a big enough audience to make any money at advertising. Ask somebody else your question.
Sorry, but ads in podcasts, super annoying, and your downloads are going to go down.
Yeah, Strickland, if you're editing this, just take off that turnkey commercial at the beginning of it. Have you heard the turnkey commercial at the beginning of our?
Yours aren't annoying.
Okay, good.
I'm not like.
It's 30 seconds. Just sit with it for a second.
Some podcasts, I'm still fast forwarding like 7 minutes of the episode to like get
good.
And I don't like how they trick you now, and they give you like a little clip of like good stuff at the beginning. Then they go into like the 8 minutes of ads, and then you're like, it's all jumbled up. So you have to really, I don't care for it.
Okay. What else was on your list? You had something else.
No, so podcasting, that was really it.
Oh, podcasters, whatever. You were going to go to a conference.
Yeah, I haven't been, and I'm interested. And I did apply to be a speaker, but I'm not getting my hopes up because I applied last year and I met with a lady and she seemed very disorganized. So I'm just not. It was
with Katie that you met with? Yeah, Crimatos or Chrismatis or whatever.
I can't say their name, but it's not a Katie or Chris.
Oh, I got it.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of these conferences. They have their speaker lineup, and those tend to be. I'm like, why wouldn't Strickland should apply because he's not me. Yeah. Strickland should apply because he's got a lot of wisdom. You should apply. You have a lot of wisdom when it comes to podcast
episode
wisdom.
With the band, he could have turned that into a business pod. I mean, he still should. You guys should. You guys should. That was amazing. 10 business takeaways from being a band DJ or being a band. Whatever.
Yeah,
guitarist,
that's
leader,
a lot.
Drummer.
Band leader. That's that's a lot of work. There's a lot
I
of
know,
work involved in that.
but it was
We're
good.
really not. We're at a different stage in our life,
I know.
Emily. You still have plenty of time left. Strickland
have
and I,
hope.
we don't have a lot of time. Like, if you weren't podcasting, what would you be doing?
Podcasting and writing. I'd be doing the exact same thing and just not getting paid for it.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Do you mean like if
weren't podcasting, if podcasting was not an outlet for you, if podcasting didn't even exist right now, do you rely upon blogging for your business? How do you get most of your business?
Word of mouth.
Okay. And does your podcast somehow tie into your business?
Sometimes it is very much how people refer me, or I'll send them an episode if they're like considering working for me.
Right.
Yeah,
So you use it as like a tool for brand awareness, for community growth, for education.
I don't rely on it. Like, it's not like
I got it.
If I didn't podcast, I would speak more in person.
Well, again, more fuel to the fire. Why being a speaker at one of the podcast festivals or podcast conferences is probably a good idea for you.
Yeah.
All right.
So
well, we have done it.
You guys aren't going, but yes, we did it.
Yeah, I don't want to do.
No. Let's not end on a somber note. Anyway,
no,
we can't have any more
not.
of that.
but I very much appreciate you filling in when Strickland was not available. We stayed the course. We were a full range of topics, everything from would you fly a plane, boat, or boat or sailboat. That was amazing. Would you be available to do this again at a later date?
Yes, and I would love to. And I want to say thank you, Strickland, for taking a vacation so that I could have this joy.
Well, in November, end of October, beginning of November, there will be 3 weeks that I will be out.
Oh, wow.
Taking my mom on a cruise to Hawaii. So you'll have an opportunity.
I did know this. That's going to be a long one.
I'm sure that Erica and you and maybe if we could even get Jared.
I have a lot of questions for Jared. If Jared's going to be a guest, I would like us to have the opportunity to be able to call in with our questions a week ahead. That's my only request, because he is an enigma and we know very little about him. So
all right. This is good. All right, Jared, there it is. That's your first call to action with a voicemail. If you will leave a voicemail, let us know if you'd be open to that. Strickland, I'm sure, will make that happen. Okay. Emily, thanks for sharing.
Okay.
Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Steve O'Brien.
You.
Yeah.
Oh, take us out of here.
Yeah. You say it. Do you do the whole thing?
No, you say it.
No,
I just said it.
No, please.
Okay. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Fill up your week with the nice guys. Have fun storming the castle, boys. Yeah, I don't mean to pry, but the nice guys don't by chance happen to have 6 fingers on their right hand, do they?